This Liberty Sports Update is brought to you by Beacon Credit Union.
And the season is upon us here for the Lady Flames swimming and diving team, defending CCSA champions. Pleasure now to be joined by the head coach, Jake Schellenberger, as we get set to open up the year. And coach, defending champions, what kind of expectation does that put on your squad, and excitement does that create around the team?
Yeah, it does, and that's a title that we don't mind wearing, and it's a bullseye that we certainly don't mind wearing. You're either the defending champion or you're not, and we certainly would rather be the defending champion. Last title prior to last year was in 2014, and so that following year we wore it, and then it took us 4 years to win it again, 5 years. And so yeah, this year going into the season defending CCSA champs, and we'd rather be there than be looking up at the champion.
You certainly got some talented young ladies back on your squad here again this year. We'll talk about them in just a moment. Season opener coming up here this Friday against Penn State. Also, St. Bonaventure will swim in that meet as well. Give us a little preview of that one.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Year 10 in program history. And, of course, I came from Penn State to start this program 10 years ago, and I stole Jessica away from Penn State and actually Rutgers. She was at Rutgers. So, we're quite familiar with the Big Ten and specifically Penn State. Jessica swam there. And so we thought in our 10th year of program history, sort of 10-year anniversary, why not go back to the place from where we started it all? And it just so happens that our program happens to be 99-30 as we head into this weekend with Penn State. So a possibility, I'm not saying we're going to win, but between St. Francis, St. Bonaventure, and Penn State, I'm thinking that we'll get at least one win out of those three meets. And so our 100th program win could be up in Pennsylvania, and that would be historic for our program. Who knows which team it will come against, but just the idea that 10 years after leaving Penn State to start this program here at Liberty, we return to the Keystone State and hopefully get program win 100. If nothing else, God is big, and God does big things when you work hard and when you believe. As far as the meets go, Penn State is good. They're very good. They're obviously a Big Ten program. St. Bonaventure, St. Francis have had a lot of success as well. But we're excited to race. We've had two meets. We had our blue-red meet. We had an exhibition meet. So we're excited to swim and dive for points. And certainly for Jessica and I, excited to go back to Penn State. And again, that's sort of where we started everything, and we're excited to go back and race at the McCoy Natatorium.
Yeah, that'll be a thrill and a homecoming for both of you. And let's talk about some of the ladies that you have back this year. Peyton Kiner, Michaela Herrick certainly raised some eyebrows on the swimming side of things. What are your expectations for them this year?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Peyton's a junior now, and she's an NC2A qualifier, had a fantastic summer, earned her trials cut in the 1 and the 200 backstrokes this summer, and also had a fantastic USA swimming senior national championship out at Stanford, where she got a second swim in the scoring heat. So we're excited for that, and continues our tradition of excellent summer swimming and diving. And so pretty high expectations for her. She doesn't mind it. She's a junior. She's an elite level student athlete. She's a nursing major. She's used to pressure, and she thrives under such conditions. And Michaela Herrick is going to go into the FBI after she's done here at Liberty, so she better thrive in those situations. And certainly defending champion in the mile and the 2IM, and we would expect her to defend those titles again this year, and would certainly expect her, Peyton, and then Colleen Donlin, Brittany Weiss, and Hannah Baker to lead us against Penn State. Interesting story there. So Hannah Baker, I coached her older sister, Sarah Baker, and Jessica swam with Sarah Baker at Penn State, and Hannah's mother, Cindy Baker, swam at Penn State. So Hannah comes from a Penn State family. Both mom and dad went to Penn State, so she's excited to go back up to State College for her senior year as well.
Well, everyone will be familiar, or a lot of folks will be, then it seems, with the pool up there. Lastly here, let's talk about the diving side of things, and the diving program, not as old as the swimming program is, but still you've had some success there and a couple of really good divers back this year too.
Yeah, absolutely. You look at last year as freshmen, Olivia, Lauren, and Abigail all qualified for NC2A zones and qualified for USA Diving Nationals. So that's the summer portion, USA Diving. So, it continues again our tradition of excellence in the summer. And we do run year-round programs here, both swimming and diving. And it was Lauren and Abigail that went to USA Nationals in the summer. So that's a big part of what we do. And ultimately, the goal is to put people on USA Swimming, USA Diving international teams, whether it be World Championships, Olympic Games. Obviously, would be the ultimate goal. But you've got Pan American Games, you got Pan Pacific Championships, you have World University Games. There's a lot of different international meets that people can swim and dive. And so that's a big part of what we're doing, certainly on the swimming side and the diving side as well. So yes, Olivia, Lauren, and Abigail return. All three were top 9 in our conference last year in both 1 and 3 meter. And of course, Lauren and Olivia were top 3 in both 1 and 3 meter. And we would expect that to continue. We'll be at Tennessee this year. We'll be at Knoxville, so we're going back to 8 lanes or 8 spots in diving finals. But we would expect all 3 of them to be top 8 as well. And we've got some newcomers that we're excited about. Kaylin Gold should be pretty good, should be top 8 in both 1 and 3 meter. And, diving pretty much just started for us. We've had it, we've sort of had it, maybe we didn't have it. We had it in name. We didn't really have it in terms of coaching and facilities. We did have some divers early on that certainly paid their dues back in LaHaye, and even some divers that drove up to UVA to train, prior to building the Liberty Natatorium. So, divers here have paid their dues. They've waited a long time to have this facility. And now that we have it, last year was really our first full year of diving, and the future is bright. Some coaches talk about the future being bright. Others, think the future is right now. And we're a little bit of both, we're doing it now and we're looking towards the future. We're doing both. We feel we have the best of both worlds, if you will.
One last thing, when's the first meet in this big, beautiful facility?
Yeah, our first home meet is October 25-26 against UNC Asheville. And so we're excited to welcome the Bulldogs. I believe they're the Bulldogs. Yeah, UNC Asheville Bulldogs.
You got it.
Here in October. Former Big South members now. You have to learn all the new ASUN programs, but certainly UNC Asheville, a CCSA member for quite some time. So we're excited to welcome them here in October. And then big invite. We've got the big invite again in November, and we're excited to welcome back Navy. So Navy will be here for that. Some newcomers. St. Francis will come down. Vanderbilt will join us for the invite in November. So pretty excited about that. Duquesne as well, A10 champions. So there's quite a few good programs that'll be at the invite. But UNC Asheville to open up the dual meet schedule, October 25-26.
Great stuff, Jake. Appreciate the time, and wish you the best. Wish you the best of luck and safe travels back to Penn State coming up here this weekend.
Excellent, Nick. Thank you.